Hey guys, welcome back to City Self-Sufficiency. In this video, we're just going to be taking a look at how you can make a super quick, super efficient mozzarella cheese at home. For that, we're going to need a few different ingredients. We're going to need 250 ml of water. Separate from that, 50 ml of water. You're going to need some salt. You're going to need a cheese thermometer. This is one where you can see each of the individual degrees, so we can be nice and accurate. You're going to need a cheesecloth. You're going to need 1.25, that's 1 1/4 teaspoons of citric acid, and then you're also going to need your rennet. This is what turns warm milk into curds so that we can turn it into cheese. For that I use Frome's 500s. I use that one mostly because you can do it with small quantities of milk. I don't want to be making 15 kilograms of cheese. I only want enough to use for a couple of days, so those are really good for that. And then yeah, we also need your milk as well. This is just normal whole milk, homogenized, pasteurized, the kind of stuff that you buy from any store really. The first thing we'll do is we'll just get our acid and our rennet mixed together. So before you do anything else at all, we need to just get these ones mixed in. Pour your citric acid into the 250 ml of water, and then to the 50 ml I'm adding just 1/4 of a tablet. You really don't need very much of the rennet, it's really strong. So that one just goes in there. You need to do this first because they've got to dissolve completely before we can add them to the milk. Just give them a quick stir. And now leave them to one side until they've both completely dissolved. Next step is to add exactly 4 litres of your milk to a stock pot. Make sure everything's really clean, make sure you've sterilised it first. Remember, you're going to be dealing with warm milk. So now that we've got exactly 4 litres of milk in there, we can add the citric acid. Remember that we've already dissolved that one in water, so that can just get poured straight in. The acidity in the milk is what helps the mozzarella to stretch once it's made, so without that you'd probably find it was quite flat. Just give that a quick stir. So with the milk now on the heat, we need to just very gently warm it up until we reach exactly 32 degrees. Stir it slowly as it goes. Remember that you've put acid in there, so there's always a chance it'll curdle. So just give it a gentle stir as it goes to make sure it heats up nice and evenly. And we'll just give it a few minutes. There we go. Right, so as soon as you hit 32 degrees, take it off the heat. If you've got nice long sleeves like mine, you can use them to move the pan. Drop that over. Right, so you remember we mixed up our rennet earlier. That's all here now. There's a little bit of a cloudiness in the bottom. Don't worry too much about that. That's fine. That's nothing to be concerned about. So we need to add that quickly into our milk. And as we do, just stir it lightly to evenly distribute it. Just give it a quick stir around. You just want to get it nice and even. If it's not even, you'll end up with uneven curds, and they can be a real difficulty to work with. As soon as it's definitely all mixed, take out the spoon. And now we leave it. Leave it completely alone. Don't touch it now for 10 minutes. It's just going to sit and slowly form curds. If you continue to stir it after you've added the rennet at this stage, you'll end up with weak curds that don't cut very easily. So our curds have now been resting for 10 minutes and they've gone nice and firm, and now we need to get them cut. To do that, you're going to need a knife that's longer than your curds are deep, and we just run it through like this. Don't worry about making your cuts particularly neat and even. As long as you can see that it's breaking up, and it's not sliding through like it sort of would do through cream, for example, and not leave a trail behind it, then your curds are ready. If you find that it's not leaving a trail, it's not actually cutting it, then just give them another 5 or 10 minutes, come back and check, see how firm they are, and go again. Just get these ones cut. So we've got the heat back on now. Take our thermometer and our spoon. We're just going to very gently start to stir this around. You can see how it's breaking up. You want to try and keep those curds as solid as you can. It just makes getting them out easier later on. Expect them to break up a little bit. They're going to because they're really soft. But just don't go crazy. And we're just going to very gently stir this now as the heat increases, as I said, to 42 degrees. It should take about 5 minutes. So the curds have had their 5 minutes of cooking time now. You can see they've shrunk right down and they've started to really clump together. So it's time to strain them away from the whey. For that, I've got a bowl. Into the bowl, I've also put a colander. Into the colander, we're going to pop our cheesecloth. You can use the white cheesecloths as well, but I find these blue ones, while a bit garish, they're a lot easier to clean because you can see any bits of curd that get stuck in them. So it goes in there, and then we just use one slotted spoon and we just gently transfer them straight over. Let them drain into the bowl. The whole point of this is to get rid of the liquid. We just hop them over. You'll find they all sort of clump down into one mass in the bottom now because they're ready. So once all of the curds have been transferred over, you're just getting the last few little bits now. Then you need to just leave them in the cheesecloth for 5 minutes to drain. Then come back and break it up and leave it for 5 minutes to drain again. You need to break it up halfway through because you'll find it congeals as a mass at the bottom. So your liquid will literally just sit on top of the cheese. So we break it up again just to get rid of any of the excesses. But for now, just leave it there to drain. You can see how much has already come out. Leave it there 5 minutes. We'll come back, break it up. And then once it's fully drained, we'll be ready to shape. So our curds have been sitting now for 10 minutes. I've turned them over once, then just pop them into a microwavable bowl. What we're going to do with that is, this is half the recipe at a time. Don't do everything all in one go. Just pop that one into the microwave. So once we've been microwaving for a little while, we'll just take that one out. And you should find with a quick stir of a fork, curds just all start to come together nicely. So quickly pop that out. As you can see, it's all molten. This is why you need to wear the gloves really, because it is incredibly hot at this stage. Give it a really quick knead. You can see how quickly it comes together. And as soon as it starts to look sort of smooth and shiny and you've got a good stretch going on there, as you can see how well that one's stretching there. Just quickly mold them back together again. Just break it off into little balls like this. Going around. It is ever so hot, do be careful. No, that was a bit tiny, but never mind. That can be a mozzarella popper. And there we go, that's literally it. That's all you've got to do to make mozzarella at home. These little balls, if you put them straight into cold water, they'll stay upright like that. What you'll probably find is that they'll sort of flatten down to that sort of shape as they cool down. But there we go, that's literally all you need to do to make mozzarella at home.